At some point in time, I grew up. I got to a point of consciousness where, yeah, I had to stop being a destructive factor.
About humanity, putting truth in these lines while they busy feeding lies. When you got that tunnel vision, gotta open up your eyes. Wake up and go to sleep. Man, I'm praying all times. And to my guys, ain't no other side. This for my brothers, I'ma pray we all shine. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Yeah, you already know.
Depending on the lessons, some people eat, some people learn. But the game is gonna send you big. Lock the door.
Have you ever had an experience that made you reconsider your level of involvement, or did you come to terms with yourself and say, wait a minute, why am I risking so much? If there's such a thing.
It wasn't such a thing with me, and no, I never did come to that level of realization. I did what I did, man, out of love and loyalty to those that I knew and thought was worthy of my sacrifices. So it was never no ulterior motives for me, and it was never really no regrets for a lot of what I did. What happened was, though, at some point in time, I grew up. I got to a point of consciousness where, yeah, I had to stop being a destructive factor for the sake of loving one another, loving a person that was in a lane that I no longer really thought was advancing myself or us. So, although I seen that these people will not ever come out of that lane, I was still there for them, but I had to push on. I had to go my way. I had to keep pushing towards a higher, you know what I'm saying, existing, a higher purpose, a higher cause. And at the same time, I stayed, you know what I'm saying, in contact with and supportive of those that may have stayed in that lane, you know what I'm saying? And that's it. But regrets,
None.
because what I did, although it is not no overall benefit to my people, what I was doing, though, I was doing out of a sense of love and purpose that I thought was advancing our people, if that make any sense. So when I was Crippin', I really felt like that the Crips represented the better warrior in my community, and that we were doing this, you know what I'm saying, to let the world know.
Oh, the world knows.
Yeah, that we're not to be played with or fucked with, but we were applying all this aggression towards each other in a way that did not benefit nobody, including ourselves.
In terms of the world, there's no other recognized gangs or groups more so than the Crips and the Bloods. Because there are Bloods now and Crips in Africa, France, England, in other countries.
Yeah, well,
You can't go find the avenues or I don't even know if they got BDs and GDs in other countries. But what I'm telling you that those two entities are more recognized around the world.
well, yeah, the Crips is
Yeah.
because it's a simple fact that Hollywood then found a way to profit
Again,
from it.
we come back
You
to
know,
that.
I mean, they haven't found a way to profit from the triads of China, which is huge gangs, or Japan's, the Yakuza in Japan, you know what I mean? Or the MS-13 coming out of, El Salvador. There's a lot of big, huge gangs, and then it's probably myriads of them in Nigeria that we just don't know about, but they there. It's just a simple fact.
They got the hyena boys in Africa, and I
Exactly.
seen them. They walk around with hyenas
Exactly.
on chains. I'm like,
So,
wait
yeah.
a minute, man.
It's a lot out there, but ain't none of them marketable as
Right.
far as Hollywood is concerned. So that this American version of cripping is highly profitable right now to people that be. And then, like I said, Raymond captured an imagination that Raymond captured the imagination of the youth, and that is that magic or that energy, that what he did is still very much alive in the youth today. They love it. Period.
Do you think our decision making hurted our parents, our sisters and brothers, the women that loved us, and our children more so than us?
Yeah, if your decision making did not raise the consciousness of your parents, it did not take your family out of poverty, it did not help your granddaddy overcome his ailments and diseases, or did not do anything to educate your children or your family, then yeah, it's either that advancement in your family or it's disadvancement. So yes,
There's no in between. There's no
there's
middle.
no in between. So basically, what you did was not help your family in the way that you could and should, under the pretense that you was, in the streets trying to get a couple of dollars and be a Crip member, and that was the extent of your contributions to your family. It wasn't a contribution.
Right. What was the most significant risk you faced in Keyway culture, if there was?
Well, I used to risk the most significant risk was my life. I used to put my life on the line, thinking that each and every day was going to be my last day. So it was something I was unafraid of. I'm unafraid of it today. I'm of a firm belief that I'm an energy, you are energy, and an energy can't die.
Can't be created nor destroyed.
Can't be created nor destroyed. We move on from this body, but the biggest risk was, yes, when I was in prison, I seriously, when I was on the street, I gained a reputation, and my enemies that's out there in Crippin, when I was a young guy, they shot at me several times, shot at my house, I've been shot at more times than Bonnie and Clyde growing up, They still shooting. Now, I go to my neighborhood, and I was just there not too long ago in the park, and some guys came through just, letting off. Yeah, my life, man. I used to put my life on the line under the guns.
Victim status.
Yes, I used to be out there, and I'm unafraid of what's out there, really. But I mean, I'm not no patsy or somebody that's just gonna lay down and let you do harm to me. If I felt like you was in that lane to do harm to me, then of course I'm gonna try and eliminate that threat, and that's just what I do. But yeah, the biggest risk to me in my cripping was every day I was out there representing this blue flag, my homeboys, and this Crip movement to the utmost with the best of them, through YAs, camps, and through 35 years of prison. So I went in as a Crip in prison. I walked out of there as a Crip in prison.
Being in prison, can you share a consequential moment in prison that you can share that like this really made you like, wait a minute, let me reevaluate or reexamine exactly what's going on with this prison stuff? Because prison is different than being on the streets, obvious, right? For various reasons. You're consolidated, you're in these area, basically you living in a bathroom, right?
Yeah, it was an awakening per se. I went into prison seeing that Crips could be organized and structured. That's no doubt. I went into Old St. Quentin, Old Folsom, and we were structuring and organizing, which was a big threat to the powers on high. You know what I'm saying? But the Crips were actually formulating into an entity of organizing and moving out in these streets and in prison and beyond as a monolithic force. That pretty much came to a hope, basically, with the advent of new prisons. I was sent from, we was organized, we was well on our way to rising to our potential as a group. And they designed these divide and conquer structures. First one being Tehachapi. We was moved from AC. I was moved from the Adjustment Center in St. Quentin, 1987, to Tehachapi. Shoot, it was a whole new game. It was a whole new get down. Me, Marcelli Blackbone, got into it with the police. We had a cell extraction. I had scarred the police. It was different. It wasn't bars. We was behind cell, solid doors where they opened the tray slot. I had scarred the police with some hot coffee for disrespecting our cell. And it was that little get down with the police, that instant, that really made me see that the power that I once had as a Crip leader, as a person who can tell the Crips to tear the whole prison down, or go out there on the main line, start a riot, stop everything, make them bow down, was gone. So when we got to that situation, and after I got on with the police, it came to me that the game has changed.
Is that why they made the, what is it called, 180?
It's 180 Design Prisons, yes. It's the first one being, the prototype being in Tehachapi, then Pelican Bay was next, and so on and so forth. So it's
more so for control.
Divide and conquer and destroy. It ain't just for control, because if you got you locked up, like St. Quentin and Folsom, they got you under control. But now they was into another phase of destroying. So the Mexican Mafia is not who they used to be. ABs is not who they used to be. The BGS is not who they used to be. The Crips were well on their way to being an entity, and that was cut short by the advent of these new style architectures that were designed by mental minds that is on how to sit there like in a social engineering laboratory.
We playing for
us.
Saturday night. They playing 2 or 3 generations.
Oh, they playing. Yeah, they seen that they had to do something to stop these Crips from being a monolithic force.
Being staff and being helping and aiding and abetting Mexican Mafia and white supremacists was one thing.
Yes.
But now these 180s help divide, destroy, conquer, and disassemble.
All of them. So it's the same with us. While I was there, yes, because they had a cozy little relationship with the ABs and the Mexican Mafia. I'm talking about CDC did.
Yeah. I
Prior
read books.
Prior to the new advent, but you know, of course, police being police, although the Mexican mafias and the ABs had these little cozy relationship with these captains and administrators, the rank and file with these badges on hated everything. So once they got these new prisons, they went after them too. They started, they found their nutsack, per se, the police did, when they seen that now we got control, the power. This is not San Quentin where you got 6,000 people, and out of that 6,000, you got 500 of them that's members of one clique or another that will kill you on sight. Police be damned. Or go to the yard, stop progress, stop, production in your little industrial complexes you got in these prisons. So me as a gamer, I can go to San Quentin. I got 600-700 Crips at my behest. I can go to the administration, say we needed clean sheets, tiles, or whatever, and they don't acquiesce to those demands. I can send my brothers out to the yard, attack the ABs, create a riot. I'm stopping everything. They gonna come to the table. That power was lost with the advent of these 180s. It was gone.
Never heard nobody speak it to that degree.
Yes,
You
it
just
was
spoke
gone.
it, but now that you're saying it, and some of the things that I read, I fully understand it now.
And we had communication lines too. We had communication line. We used to be able to just put a stamp on an envelope. I got your number, Melly, you got mine, I can write you. They stopped that in 1987. So they knew exactly what their design purpose of these prisons were, and it manifested exactly like they want, because I'm gonna tell you, no, you got semblance of all these organizations in existence, but they are not who they used to be or who they aspired to be when they used to be that.
How much time did you spend in prison altogether?
35 years. I just did one term.
1/3.
One term. I did one term and I did 35 years.
That's a lot.
Yes, sir. But, prior to prison, I was state raised or county raised baby. I was YAs and camps and juvenile hall, county jail. I wasn't a good criminal. I stayed in and out of, jails like, rewashing laundry.
How many books you think you read during that prison, that 35 years? If you could put a number on it.
500. Read the Quran, the Torah, the Bible, read the Art of War. I read it all. I read, and I'm
48
still
Laws
reading.
of Power.
48 Laws of Power, all of it,
He also wrote a book called The Committee of 300, Robert Greene. I read that one as
Yes.
well. Man, once again, Professor Melly Mill, Sparks, lock the door.
Cali Finders, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga. Streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top. Diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a bro bitch the time of day. They see me climbing. They see me shining. That's hard work. Proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. Ali, bad man, and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me. That's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking. And I don't talk about it. I just make it happen.